10 reasons to move to Denmark. In 2023, Denmark received 107,872 visa applications. That was an increase of 45.88% compared to 2022. The country also received about 1.04% of all Schengen visa applications for the year. There's no doubt about it, many people are moving to Denmark, regardless of how anyone feels about that. For instance, it was recently announced that applicants for Denmark and Iceland visas must expect a longer processing time due to a high demand for visas. Yet many have given several reasons not to go to Denmark, citing some dark sides to living in Denmark. So why the rush to the country? This video presents 10 reasons to move to Denmark. 10. Biking culture. Danish people are, for the most part, lovers of nature. They love to be outside. That's why more than 50% of the people prefer commuting to work on a bike. To them, cycling is a way of getting free exercise. But it serves another purpose. They can socialize on bikes as they ride in pairs or larger groups. The biking culture in the country is taken seriously as there are many well-maintained cycle paths, even in the bigger cities. This is one of the 10 reasons to move to Denmark if you're thinking about living in the country. Well, don't forget to get yourself a bike. One of the reasons why biking culture is thriving in the country is that the country's topography is mostly flat, as you can see. The terrain, shaped by glaciers during those days, has a few gently rolling though. But then, it is mostly flat. In fact, bikes are considered an essential contributor to the excellence of its great transport system. Again, don't forget to add your bike to the streets of Denmark. 9. Racism is minimal. We wish we could state that there is no trace of racism in Denmark, but we can't say that. That's quite unfortunate. In Denmark, racism commonly targets immigrants, particularly black people, non-white or non-Western immigrants. The Romani people, Inuit people, Jewish people and Muslims experience it to some degree. But the happy thing is that racism is not allowed to thrive in the country. It's against their nature. That's why it's considered minimal there. The European Commission Against Racism and Intolerance, the ECRI, rates the country positively on racism. In the monitoring reports the organisation published in Denmark in 2022, ECRI commends the Danish authorities on this. The country has, as a matter of priority, introduced a national action plan against the menace so that it wouldn't take root in the country. The idea is to prevent anti-Muslim racism and all other manifestations of discrimination. It covers education, public awareness, training of relevant professionals, and promotion of law enforcement officials and teachers. 8. Low corruption. For sure, corruption is everywhere, but it is very low in Denmark. We don't often hear about corruption as much as we do elsewhere. Though the country has its share of bureaucracy, corruption in this country is an aberration rather than the norm. 7. Great economy. The economy of Denmark is great. The country has the world's 38th largest national economy, measured by nominal gross domestic product, GDP. But if measured by purchasing power parity, PPP, it's the 52nd largest in the world. 6. Excellent public transportations. If you care about good transport systems, you'd be doing yourself a lot of favour by considering moving to Denmark. In this country, there's a highly developed transport system. Trains, buses and trams are working just fine and can match the standard obtainable anywhere in the world. Cities within the country are excellently connected thanks to this great transport system. Even if you don't drive, there's no impediment getting around cities when you move to Denmark. In fact, you really don't need a car here because there's an excellent public transportation system. It's reliable, efficient and affordable. What more can you ask for? Getting around by bike is another popular option, as we stated earlier, don't forget. 5. Green and sustainable living. There is great emphasis on green and sustainable living in this country. There are trails through all the forests. Add to this the fact that mountain bike trails are also becoming more common, and see what you can get. For that reason, industrial pollution is greatly reduced. 4. Equality. Inequality is a perennial challenge that is disturbing the peace of many countries and is one of the reasons for most of the protests in many parts of the world. Did you notice, however, that issues like that are alien to Denmark? It is because the system has taught everyone to view anyone living in Denmark with respect, which must be reciprocated. Your specific status and viewpoints matter a little, no formality is attached to, and such things are hardly noticed. It also doesn't matter how rich you are and how much money you have. Your educational status only matters where you currently work. It also doesn't matter whether you are political or not. You will only matter when you stay true to who you are and contribute your quota to society. Equality is highly valued in this country, where community is really important. That's where the focus really is. In Denmark, even men do get involved in childcare, while women go out to work if that works fine for the family. Even down to school, the emphasis on equality is clear. School children aren't ranked according to their academic achievements. Altogether, the country has some of the world's lowest income inequality. They're quite proud of their flat management structure. This makes for all employees high contribution, giving them a voice and emphasizing collectiveness and inclusiveness, since it belongs to a team where everyone is valued equally. 3. Kind people. The people of Denmark are very nice people. Danes are known throughout the world to be quiet and highly private people. They love and appreciate you for what you are. They value your efforts to blend into their society. 2. Safety. In almost every sense of the word, Denmark is safe. Superbly so. One of the reasons to move to Denmark, it's safe to live in the country. Even those with extraordinarily bad luck have ready responses to help them manage their luck and excel in their circumstances. For instance, crime levels are relatively low in Denmark. The crime rate for 2022 was 0.00 in 2021. Before that year, there had been a continuous decline year upon year. To enhance safety, there's also access to excellent healthcare, which adds to health safety. There's peace in this tranquil country. Domestic violence is alien and foreign to them. It has a highly trained and professional police force. They work hard to be helpful to the residents. Every police officer considers it a personal responsibility to keep the Dane away from harm's way so that they always feel safe. Those who have lived in South America and other places with flashes of violence feel extremely safe here. You can just venture out and enjoy the outdoors without fear of being attacked or assaulted. There are a lot of fewer guns in the country, so fewer people get shot. That's where there is a much calmer police force. Claims of brutality are considerably fewer than in the States. 1. Work-life balance. For the purpose of this video, we have to state that the most important reason to move to Denmark is a country's emphasis on and provisions for work-life balance. Denmark is not a country where anyone will live and work to the detriment of his family or social life. This condition is enhanced by the belief that you don't have to work yourself to death in the country. Just do your best so that you can make both ends meet, and the system will take care of the rest that you have left undone. Besides, it is part of the country's labour law to allow employees enough time for family and rest. There's a maximum number of hours an employee is expected to work in a week. Also, workers in Denmark are entitled to 5 weeks of paid leave each year, and most companies even give more than that. They put in place a kind of flexible work arrangement so that their employees can balance their work and their personal lives. So if you want to enjoy your work and your personal life, you have a reason to move to Denmark. Now it's your turn. We'd love this discussion to continue in the comments section. Precisely, we'd love your take on these 10 or any other reasons to move to Denmark. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.